Hello, guys. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year 2024. Hope this year brings joy, happiness, and prosperity in everyone's life. Wish you all the best. I want to share my experience with JetBlue when I was traveling to Miami. While coming back was a disaster, a nightmare, what you would call a nightmare. You know what happened? Like, when I was coming, my flight got delayed. Okay, 1 hour. Then another hour. And okay, another hour. Then another hour. And they never told us what time we are boarding anything. And I missed my flight, unfortunately. After that, when I went there, it was 25 minutes before boarding. And due to airlines rules, 15 minutes before boarding, they close the door, right? It was 25 minutes before we reached there. They didn't let us in. That was unfair. That was highly unfair for me and my kid. And I begged them that it's still 25 minutes before boarding and you are supposed to close 15 minutes before boarding, right? That's the rule. I showed them on my phone, the rules. But of course, no one cares. Every airline sucks these days, It was JetBlue. I was not expecting JetBlue to act like that. Because I've heard good review about that, I've been traveling on that airlines and never had issues. They didn't let us in. I was begging, literally. Come on, let us in, please. Let us in. And they didn't. They said, no, we closed and it's already delayed. People want to reach on time. I was like, fine, it's 25 minutes. I will take only 2 minutes to settle down. Give me, please. I will run and sit on my seat. They didn't let me. I was in tears. They felt bad and they were okay, out of courtesy, since you miss your flight, I will arrange another flight for you, but nothing here in another airport. I was in Miami International Airport and they asked me to go by my own, to do my own cab, pay my own cab and go to Fort Lauderdale, FLL. There was a flight at 9:55. So I was okay, there was no option for me and my son. So I was fine, give me the tickets. They gave me the tickets and asked me to just go by myself. So I ordered Uber or Lyft, something, yeah. It charged me $60 something. I was it's fine. I want to just go home. Then we reached, after traffic and all, we reached the airport. It was 45, 50 minutes from there. And it took hour because of traffic and everything. Holiday season, of course. So when we reached there and we checked, the flight was delayed again. Oh my God, 1 hour. Oh my God, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hours. And they were no, at least it's not cancelled. You guys can wait and then plane will arrive and then you guys can go. There's some issues. The plane is still not here. And the pilots and crew is still not here. So we're okay, everyone getting frustrated. And after 5 hours, they gave a handout. Those vouchers were for meals, something $12 each. Total of $48 something. But the thing was crazy. Everyone pissed off. They just rip off their vouchers because all the shops are closed, of course. Come on, it's after midnight. Who had the shops open at that time? You gave us the vouchers when the shops are closed? Are you playing us, right? Seriously? Everyone was pissed off. We were able to get some water or something with that voucher. On top of that, all right, the time arrived. After 6 hours, we saw the flight coming in. And everyone was really happy. Okay, the flight is here, JetBlue, okay. We're gonna finally go home. The flight is here. We're gonna go home. Everyone excited. We see the crew member coming in and the flight. They parked and everything. It landed and then they said, I'm sorry, the flight, it's cancelled. Everyone started screaming. People were so frustrated. We waited 6 hours. Now you're telling us that the flight is cancelled. Are you serious? Are you just playing us whole time? Why you didn't let us know before time? Of course they know. They were just playing us. When the time the cops arrived, they are waiting with them, the security. We knew that. I knew that something is up. They were prepared that if people get violent, they have the security right there. I knew that it's gonna happen. I was waiting for it. And then I was so frustrated. I was in tears. I was hugging my son. He was crying. I was crying. What are we gonna do? like, what are we gonna do? What will happen? It was like 3 a.m. something. It's like middle of the night, and we don't have anyone there in the airport, just me and my son. People have like families and whatever. We didn't have any support. I was so like scared and afraid. And then they asked us to go to the help desk. Everyone long lines, and then we went there, and they started arranging for like another flight or something. They checked, there was no flight in that airport. Of course, there was a second airport we came, remember, from Miami airport to Fort Lauderdale. They said there's no flight from here. And they told me there is one in like next day in the morning at like something like 9:15, whatever it is, like Palm Springs, Palm Beach. And there was also like 40 minutes something from there, 45 minutes. Another airport, of course. I was like, whatever, I will take it. It's okay. Because I don't want to go in like hotel and wait for another night for like flight or something. And what happen if it get full or like delayed or something? So I was like, that's fine. But can you arrange like, instead of going to hotel, can you arrange a cab for us to go to that, airport so we can get the flight? Out of courtesy, they did like Uber, right, from like Fort Lauderdale airport to West Palm Beach airport. And we went there, and then the thing they did, they gave us a ticket, but they didn't book any seats. When I was checking in, there was only 2 seats left. Which were, you have to pay $128 each. $128 for each seat. I have to pay with my own. They didn't book my seats. They gave just a ticket. That was crappiest thing ever. I was so pissed off. Then I booked. I was like, I'm not taking any chances to miss this flight. Of course, it's gonna get booked, and we will be there with nothing, just waiting for another move around with different airports. I was like, okay, throw this money out, fine. I spent my money. I booked those 2 tickets, and then again the flight got delayed 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. I think like 4 hour, yeah. And then finally, after 4 hours, they said, okay, they're gonna be boarding and everything. So we were like, okay, finally. So we boarded a plane and reached JFK instead of New York. That was flight not for our thing. Our luggage was in New York. Yeah, I missed to tell you guys that my luggage, an earlier flight we missed, reached before us to New York, and we went to JFK. JFK from New York is like 45 to 50 minutes, right? And they promised us there that they're gonna arrange cab from JFK to New York. So when we are reached on JFK, I asked them that, JetBlue crew, they told us that you guys when we talk to you, you guys gonna arrange a cab for us, like Uber from JFK to New York. They said, excuse me, no, we're not gonna do that. Who told you that? That's wrong information. Sorry, we're not gonna do that. I was like, can I talk to your supervisor? They sent us somewhere else, and then we all walked around and went to supervisor, and they said, no, that was wrong information. I don't know why they gave you. We're not gonna arrange any cab. So then I was like, all right, then I have to spend my more money to do that. Then I check everything. They were like, you have to take air train to go to the way. You have to call for the ride. Then I did. And $145 from JFK to New York. I booked my Uber or Lyft, something. And then we reached there. And then finally we got our luggage. I was worried about if it lost or something, because I had lots of items I bought from there and important stuff. But we got our luggage and everything was fine. Finally we reached our destination. And my friend picked us from there. But so much hassle, so much stress. It was a nightmare. It should not be like this if airlines and everyone care about others. These things need to be changed. Giving us wrong information and that kind of attitude when you deal with such things is not right. It's not helpful at all. They need to change this thing. I'm very upset. They have to compensate and give refund for the ticket. They didn't. They did wrong to us, and it was a nightmare. And I'm still dealing with that trauma. I feel bad about it. I feel like I'm not gonna go to that place ever again. So yeah, guys, if you're dealing with that kind of thing, just share here. The airlines do bad to us. We spend money. We're giving you business. You're not supposed to treat your customers like that. They gave information, they're gonna arrange a cab from JFK to New York. No, of course, I spent $145 myself. They didn't. We saved your money. We didn't book the hotel, For hotel, they give $250, right? We save you still money. What kind of service is that, That kind of trauma. Whole night we didn't sleep. And all this we have gone through. Nothing can cover that. The credit, $150 for another flight or something, that not cover the trauma we went through. That was my experience with JetBlue. And I'm not happy with it at all. Thank you for listening. Take care, guys. Happy New Year.